Hi. If you're preparing for English speaking and writing tests, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to do a mock test of TOEFL IBT Integrated Speaking. Hi, my name is Suguru and I have got a perfect score in TOEFL IBT Speaking. If I can do that, so can you. Now let's get started.
I remember my aging mother confabulated when she was alive. My mother had been diagnosed with dementia, and one day, one of my neighbors spotted her walking aimlessly on the street. My neighbor asked her, "What are you doing out here? Aren't you supposed to be at home?" My mom could not answer. She had dementia. She had no idea what had brought her outside. She just came out of our house with no reason or purpose in mind. However, instead of saying, "I don't know what happened," she said, "I was just hungry, and I wanted to get some food from the shop." She tried to fill in the memory gap that she had no recollection of. But the funny thing is, she didn't think she was telling a lie. As a matter of fact, when my neighbor asked her, "Then why don't you have your purse?" she said, "I just forgot to bring it with me." And she laughed.
Okay, confabulation means that when people who have dementia or brain damage tell a lie to make it sound like, they are not having any trouble, they don't think they are telling a lie. The professor talked about an example of this. His mother, when she was alive, she had been diagnosed with dementia, and one day she was found walking outside aimlessly without even having a purse with her. So one of her neighbors asked her, "What are you doing there?" Of course she didn't know why she was outside, but she didn't say that. She said, "I was just hungry," but when the neighbors asked, "So why don't you have your purse with you?" Then she said, "I just forgot to do that." So that's confabulation. So let's review my summary in terms of these criteria. First off, delivery. To earn a high score for delivery, fluency matters. Take a listen to this part of my summary. She had been diagnosed with dementia, and one day she was found walking outside. I self-corrected 3 times in such a short period of time. Would this negatively affect my score? Maybe, because fluency does matter in the evaluation of delivery. Having said that, I want to believe that I still have the potential to get the highest score here, because overall, I was able to speak fine. The test marker will evaluate holistically, meaning they'll think about your answer from an overall perspective. They don't pick on tiny errors or glitches, so you don't have to be perfect to get the top score. Language use. Language use is concerned with vocabulary and grammar. I didn't use any particularly advanced vocabulary or grammar this time, but I didn't make any terrible mistakes either, so I think that was fine. Finally, topic development. I want to think about the ratio of the reading to the listening. In other words, how much time we should spend talking about the reading and how much time on the listening. For my summary today, I spent the first 15 seconds summarizing the definition given in the reading, and spent the other 45 seconds on the points from the listening. I think this is the perfect balance. The question on the real TOEFL test asks you to use the examples from the lecture and connect them with the definition given in the reading. In other words, you should spend more time talking about the points from the listening than those from the reading. So my recommendation would be, Keep the summary of the reading under 20 seconds and use all the remaining time talking about the listening. Alright, I hope you found this video useful. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, let me wish you good luck on your test.